Well, good evening, everyone. This evening we're gonna fly a flight from from Atlanta, from ATL, from Atlanta to Miami this evening. We're flying the 747-8 Intercontinental. This will be covered also by air traffic control. We'll also be online here. So momentarily we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're gonna go ahead and start the procedures as to setting up the flight here. I'll go ahead and get another episode prepared for those who want more time spent as far as what the details are specific as far as a cold start. But we're just gonna fly through it real quick here. We're gonna jump straight to the flight plan and communicate with air traffic control, get clearance, and get on the way, and then we'll start the communications a little more here. So just stand by. Okay, now right now what I'm doing is I'm going to set up um with air traffic control here. Go ahead and send my flight plan through real quick so we can go ahead and get online with them as well. It's going to be ATC. I'm sorry, Atlanta to Miami. All right, and let's drop our flight plan in as well. And okay. Okay, put an alternate airport there as well. To go 370. So we're planning for cruise altitude. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and submit this plan, a file. And let's go ahead. Okay. Okay, open up all gates, open up all doors. Let's also, let's see here. Ground, we're gonna load our fuel. Let's go to options. We're gonna go ahead and use in pounds. We're gonna go ahead and hide our yokes on both sides, so we no longer have them intruding our visual here. Clear that. Okay. Okay. All right. With that, at this point, let's go ahead and tune into the frequency here. So Atlanta is going to be 132.975. 132. 97. Let's bring them online here with us. Okay. Let's go ahead and call for clearance to Miami per the
Southwest 285 by discretions. Actually, corrections. That was 285 cross 20 miles to the west of Greensboro at 10,000.
Cross 20 miles to the west of Greensboro at 10,000, Southwest 285.
Center, good evening. This is Lufthansa 1979. Request clearance to Miami.
Lufthansa 1979, Atlanta Center. Clear to the Miami airport via the Boeing 2 departure. Lock transition in this file. Go ahead, maintain 10,000. Step level 370 10. Squawk 2066.
That'd be Squawk 2066 for Lufthansa 1979.
The 1979, read back correct. Expect runway 27 right for departure. Information Alpha Scanner.
Copy that. Got Alpha on board. We'll expect 27 right. We'll let you know when we're ready for a push and start 1979.
1979, heavy push and start showing discretion. Advise ready for taxi.
Roger, copy that. Push back on discretion. We'll let you know. Advise ready taxi 1979. All right, so there we go. We have our clearance. Let's go ahead and put in our squawk right now. 2066 for our squawk. Let's go ahead and IDEN. Just make sure that they do have that on their end here. And let's go ahead and set up our flight plan. First off, before we set up our flight plan, how about we put a little fuel in the tank and load up our cargo? I think that'll be a good idea. So let's hop straight to it. So looking at our fuel for this evening to Miami from Atlanta, we have. Let's start with the payload. We got 90,900 pounds. So let's get our payload going.
Please repeat for Southwest 285.
Southwest 285, advise the weather at Greenville and say approach request.
Okay, we got 90,900.
We don't have the weather yet for Greenville. Approach request is ILS for runway 4, Southwest 285.
Southwest 285, roger. Let me know when you get the weather at Greenville.
Let's also get our fuel.
Roger, we'll do, sir.
Fuel is, let's go with 63,800 pounds. £63,800 on our fuel. We'll start the load on that as well. Okay. Let's get started on our load up our flight plan. And we're going to be going 27 right for runway. Let's activate this flight plan. Let's start on our departures. All right, so let's give a snapshot for everyone here. So we had departures coming out of Atlanta. We're going to be, as explained, for the flight plan filed with air traffic control. We got clearance for it. We're going to be the Boeing 2 departure. Transition luck there. So waypoints. Those are all of our waypoints all the way to our destination there, and airways as well too, all the way to Miami, arriving via Scott 5 arrival via Star, expecting runway 27 into Miami. Okay. All right. And anytime if anyone needs a more in-depth tutorial as to slowly taking time to complete this FMC out in much more detail, please let me know, and I can focus a episode specifically to the FMC in much more detail. But this time we're just gonna go breeze right through it and set it up and get the flight going and get on our way here.
Scott 1 Romeo Foxtrot, unfortunately I have to close. I'm sorry, I just realized I have something that I gotta take care of. Red Sharp Storm Maiden Freaky Saint over to Boss Proof. Take care, buddy.
Over to Unicom. You have a great night.
You too. Pixie time now 0255 Zulu. Unfortunately, Atlanta Center's now closed. Sorry about that, you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful flight this evening. Take care.
Okay, looks like air traffic control has to go ahead and depart here for a moment. We'll continue on. We have see, I think we still got Jacksonville online as well as Miami, so we'll be reconnecting with those with air traffic control once we get airborne. Okay, just to show you just real quick in regards to that arrival that we just put in, Scott 5 transition via bags, ILS 27 into the head-in arrival. This is head-in arrival there. As far as our star coming to Miami, we go via Scott 5 here. As you see, a Julie transition that we put in, and we captured this entire star here coming down this route, and then coming to Miami westbound via 27 right. Okay, let's give it a few minutes for time to alignment, and then we'll go ahead and walk through our flight plan just to make sure everything adds up. We have no discontinuity as well. Let's go ahead and key in a few other elements here. Let's pull in our cost index. Cost index is going to be 261 for this flight, along with we're expecting cruise altitude Expect the cruise altitude of, see what we plan on, 370 for cruise altitude. See them. Okay. Five. Okay, for our flaps, we're not too heavy. We're not too heavy this evening, so we're gonna go ahead and change our flaps. Let's go 10 on our flaps here. Okay. Okay, we got all of our speeds, flight levels, automatically programmed. We're good. We got another minute here before alignment takes place there. Let's go ahead and what I want to do is you see here, I'm not a big fan of not connecting here to the gate here, but let's go ahead and close these here doors up. Let's go ahead and put some light here too. This is dark right now. We'll go ahead and put some light and make it daytime here. We'll change the time on this here, and so we can see more of a visual as far as our outside surroundings here. Okay, so 1 second there. Ground. Let's go ahead and close all doors. Okay. All right. And let's go ahead and edit this time here. All right. Let's make it. All right. So yeah, let's have a little more light here. All right, on this trip here. Okay. And I'm also flying FS. I'm also applying the FS, a global real weather, also implemented here as well too, which gives us some phenomenal weather coverage while we're flying. Wonderful, exceptional tool here to use. Okay, so looks like we have our alignments done. Let's go ahead and run through our flight plan here. Make sure we have a good plan here all the way to Miami. Let's see here, going all the way down through. Like we cleared up the continuity there. Yep, and we're good to go. It's a clean flight all the way down. So it looks like we're set. We're gonna go monitor 122.8 as well, because I do believe yeah, center did drop off on us. So let's go ahead and monitor 122.8, and then we'll reconnect as we get further down to Jacksonville. Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. TOW is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, our tug should be connecting here shortly, as you can tell, and we'll be releasing the brakes here as soon as we get instructions. And the tug will start pushing us back in position. At that point, we'll start our startup once tug starts initiating that pushback.
TOW connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, let's get our engine started up here. We're going to start to the right side. Go ahead and turn our ignitions on for our right side engines, and go ahead and put some fuel. Put some fuel in there. We should see start firing up here on the right side. Okay. All right, got a good start there. Let's make sure we get our trim set also. We got a trim of 7.0 there. Right now we're sitting at 7.5. Let's get that trim 7.0 there. Our initial altitude seems that we don't have air traffic control online here. We're going to go ahead and set it to our cruise altitude of 370. We'll set our knots at the 250 as well. Okay, let's get our left engine started. Put ignition switches and give it some fuel. All right, let's turn RTO on. Go ahead and get our flight director on as well. Let's get that started now.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting TOW. Stand by. Noise disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, looks like we're all set. Shut our APU down. We turn our taxi lights on as well. Let's go ahead and let the ground know that we are taxiing. Oh, one important piece here. Our altimeter. Let's see. Let's make our altimeter. Let's go ahead and see what we are. What our altimeter should be right now for Atlanta. Alright, our altimeter should be 2990. Okay, we're all set. Okay, we got winds out of 310, 09 knots. Atlanta traffic, this is Lufthansa 1979, taxiing to runway 27 right for me at departure. All right, let's let off our brakes and let's start our taxi. Okay, we're going to be, this ramp here, we're going to taxi and we're going to go up to Lima. Turn left here on Lima, right here. Go all the way down into the taxiway there, and we're going to go ahead and go from Lima to Lima Alpha. Full length of runway 27 right and line up for departure. Okay, let's go ahead and we have no incoming traffic. We're all clear. Let's go ahead and line up 27 right. Preparation for departure. We're going to turn on our strobe lights along with the landing lights. Landing lights. Runway lights, strobe lights. Okay, let's go ahead and make this immediate departure. No point in stopping here. We can go ahead and proceed. Okay.
knots. V1. Rotate. V2.
Okay, geared up. Positive climb. Turn our autopilot on. Okay. Let's bring up our flaps. And a nice climb out of Atlanta. Nice, solid, strong climb out of Atlanta. That's relieved. Let's turn off landing lights, runway lights, taxi lights, wing off, cut logo off as well. Alright, so we'll be turning our first waypoint here soon. So shut down our speed brake, armed, off. Okay, and here we're looking at on the map, here we're right on point as far as our SID. Departure via Atlantic 2 departure. We'll be turning at 215 degrees once we hit slow. We'll turn in 176 degrees once we hit rigs. Going into our first turn. Okay, we've hit 10,000 feet. We'll level off here a bit. Pick up some more speed. Okay, correction on the sensor should be DLH, not LH. Let me make that change. DLH 1979. Just get that message from air traffic control, as you see. I'll go ahead and acknowledge that. Actually, we got that from one of our captains there, CXA 222. So let's thank him for that. My mistake there. Okay, all right. So that'll work. Let's say easy fix. We'll simply do this. Disconnect there. Reconnect with the correction of DLH. DLH instead, and that should change that in DLH. We're good to go. For Lufthansa should be DLH, not LH for Lufthansa. We are flying Lufthansa today. This evening. Okay, looks like we've crossed our 18,000 foot marker there, so we can go as far as our altimeter can be standard now. All right. Let's pick up speed. Let's pick up speed. Okay. We'll continue our climb to 370. Okay, see that we're all set here also on Fantastic. I always call it VATSIM. I don't know, I call it Fantastic VATSIM. Okay, so let's look at Fantastic. See, there we go there. Okay. And how come it's showing a blank for flight plan? It may not have picked it up yet, but let's double check our flight plan just to make sure it's there. File. And it may take a second for that to update. We'll come back to it. Our route should be populated there. Okay. And we should be entering Jacksonville soon. Let's go ahead and prepare for that frequency for Jacksonville. Okay, so what do we have for Jacksonville this evening? We have Jacksonville Center at 135.92. 5.92 for Jacksonville. And we have that on standby for when they're ready for us to connect with them. So there we go.
135.92
All right, just as a reminder from my first episode there, I'll let everyone know that I'm pretty much new to broadcasting here on YouTube, but I like to bring a lot to the table as far as my experience here with Explain. I have a lot of flights here I would like to go ahead and share and give some guidance, show how fun and enjoyable it actually is. I've been flying the 777 the last, my first few episodes here, and I'm starting to fly the 747 here -8 Intercontinental. As you saw from my first episode, I have a slew of different aircraft that we will be flying. I also want to try to dive into certain events that Fantastic is actually hosting, so we can fly with other pilots and what have you, and you can know how to articulate when it comes to speaking properly to air traffic control, what's required, what have you, and the stepping stones needed to be able to effectively be able to fly and communicate at the same time. Well, looks like we're breaking through some cloud coverage here. We're about to get above those clouds, and oh, there we go, some sunlight there. All right. Yeah, there we go. We're almost at that cruise altitude. So, I want to be able to answer a lot of questions you all have as well too. See what you all want to look into further, and I'll dive into it and research further if need be to show you all new tools, fun tools that can utilize to really make the flight experience amazing. Also, don't forget that, hey, subscribe, like, and let's continue flying. Alright, that sounds like an indicator we are nearing our cruise altitude. There we go, 370 it is, and we're gonna level off there and continue our cruise until we reach our descent. Again, we'll be connecting to Jacksonville Center here very shortly. To clear some of this clouds, we're gonna go. Looks like we have our maximum is 42,000. We'll go ahead and climb right now to 390. We'll clear these clouds here. Let's go. 390. We're set. Start our climb. And hopefully I'll start pulling us away from that cloud coverage. Okay, let's check and see. I think our flight plan should have updated by now to fantastic. Yeah, there it is. There's our flight plan. It showed up. So we're good. Time remaining, looks like we got around an hour left before we arrive in Miami. Right now, ground speed of 424 knots. So let's check and see if that's the same as far as what our instruments show us as. Instruments show us is 428 knots, true airspeed of 498, so that's close. And reaching our cruise out to 390. We let's see, which waypoint do we just cross? 100 waypoint we just crossed there, and I hope will be our next waypoint. Right there, 45 nautical miles to go from there, that point. We're very close into Jacksonville. As a matter of fact, Jacksonville should be picking us up here really soon. Jacksonville, good evening. It's Lufthansa. It's Lufthansa 1979 with you at 390.
Lufthansa 1979 Heavy Jack Center, Squawk 1072.
Squawk 1072, 97.9.
Delta 1979, heavy radar contacts, 11 miles southwest of the tip to BOR, maintaining flight level 390, clear direct Julie.
Copy that, maintain 390, direct Julie 929. Okay, he's going to send us direct to Julie. And there we go. Got our turn in place, and we're going direct to Julie.
Alright, Sierra Papa, contact Jackson with approach 127.0, good night.
Over to approach, 0.068 Sierra Papa, good night.
Southwest 2077, line offline, leaving my airspace, radar services terminated, change of advisory frequencies approved, good night.
Have a great night. Thank you for what you do.
Welcome, Sid. JetBlue 421, contact Orlando approach 124.8, good night.
Hang on, 124.8, JetBlue 421, good night.
So we've got a little bit of inclement weather there. It's probably for reason for all the cloud coverage that we're seeing at the elevation that we're at.
Good evening, Jacksonville Center. Delta 254 is with the flight level 380.
Do have some coverage there.
0 miles southwest.
Probably all the way down through Miami. We may have some.
Delta 254 Jacksonville Center radar contact. Need to give you an odd altitude for the rest of your flight, 37 or 39. Just let me know.
Could you repeat the last, please?
Delta 254, just need to give you an odd altitude for the remainder of your flight. I can give you flight level 370 or flight level 390.
We can take flight level 370, please.
Delta 254, descend and maintain flight level 370.
Descend and maintain 370, Delta 254.
Okay, it looks like the flight won't be as long as what I anticipated it to be. We're going to be top of our descent in 231 miles. So we'll cross that soon. We'll be at Julie at 145 nautical miles of Julie. 382 to Miami.
Runway 113, Jack Center, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Good news, it was great.
So we look at that direct to Julie as we were instructed by air traffic control to follow. It looks like Julie's going to take us right at the top, right at the top of our star for Scott 5 arrival there. So it looks like we hit Julie right here, which should be getting of our star straight into Miami. So. Yeah. When we get here down to, when we cross Scott, we should be crossing Scott at 280 knots at 16,000 feet there at Scott is where we should be once we cross that as well.
Delta 254, clear direct the India Sierra Oscar BOR.
Clear direct to the India Sierra Oscar BOR, Delta 254.
Spirit Winds 113, climb and maintain flight level 330. Jet 370 back on frequency. Yeah, whoever was calling, I didn't catch any of that. It's kind of all mumbled. Who was raising Jack Center? Okay, I think it was Spirit Wings that's talking. Can you just speak up a little bit? I just can't understand what you're saying.
My bad, request number in cockpit.
Spirit Wings 113, that's approved.
Jack Center, jet speed 972, 10,000 for 15,000.
Jet speed 972, Jacksonville Center, climb and maintain flight level 270.
With the flight level 270, jet speed 972.
Spirit Wings 113 back in cockpit.
Assurance 113, roger.
Jacksonville Center. American 535 checking in flight level 370 about 2525 northwest of Pecan.
American 535 Jacksonville Center radar contact. Maintain flow level 370.
370 for 535.
Airlines 113, Miami Center offline, leaving my airspace. Radar services terminated. Change of advisor frequency is approved. Good night. American 535, do you have the Fox 5 arrival on board?
Affirmative, Fox 5 for 535.
American 535, roger. Close the Tampa International Airport as filed. Fox 5 arrival.
Clear to Tampa Airport via the Fox 5 for 535.
American 535, read back correct. Clear direct Tabor.
Direct Haven for 535.
Sounds of 1979, Miami Center offline, leaving my airspace. Radar services terminated. Change of advisory frequency is approved. Good night.
Frequency change approved. Well, tons of 97. I got them. Okay. Went ahead and took us off frequency here. We're heading to Miami airspace here. And Jacksonville Center
Jackson,
has
November 602226,
released us,
14,000 for 16,000.
we should be starting that descent really soon there.
Jacksonville Center, call
Meantime,
maintain
let's go to
global
Unicon
320.
122.8. Come up off of the frequency there, and we'll keep flying into Miami. And if Miami Center comes online, and we'll be joining Miami frequency at that time. So it looks like we got around about 100 miles, 112 miles before we hit the top descent, before we start our initial descent. It looks as if we'll be crossing Julie in probably another 2 miles. I'm sorry, another 2 minutes there. Across Julie at around 1931 Zulu. Right now we're at 1929 Zulu. Okay, we are 15 miles from top of descent. It's like we got some clear skies cleared up for us. Gave us a break there. Nice break in the cloud coverage. Okay, 8 miles. We're gonna go ahead and start the coastline looks really nice there. Let's go ahead and start taking our altitude down. We mentioned we're going to cross Scott at what? We said we was going to cross Scott at 15,000 is what we plan to cross Scott at. So let's make that. Let's put on 15,000 actually. And it should we should have an automatic descent once we the next 5 miles here as well. And there we go. Looks like we have automatic start descent. Throttle should be pulling back as well. Yep, throttle's pulling back. Let's start our descent into Miami. Okay, we should be crossing Scott not at 17,000. Let's make it 16,000. So make this here correct. Let's make this change on our FCC for Scott. Okay, accept that, and we have Scott set for 16,000. Yeah, altimeter coming to Miami will be, altimeter is going to be 2997. Let's preset that now. 2997, and after we cross 18,000, we'll go ahead and select that for altimeter. Okay, for our arrival into Miami, we're going to be arriving as we're going to hit our glide slope at, it's like 3,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set our altitude. Let's go ahead and pull it down to 3,000. Okay, let's go ahead and set our altimeter. 2997. All set. Okay, let's reach about to hit altitude 10,000 here, and you see we're starting to descend down, should be down to 250 knots at or below 10,000. So starting at there we go. Yep, we're slowly coming down to 250 knots. All right, we got a good view there of Miami City. Downtown Miami and Miami Airport to the left there, and downtown Miami to the right. All right, there we go.
Miami traffic, Lufthansa Cargo 955, establish on the ILS runway 8 right.
Miami, this is Lufthansa 1979 Heavy, 12 nautical miles from Herndon before turning for initial approach for runway 27.
Miami traffic, Lufthansa Cargo 955 on final runway 8 right.
Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Start it here. Lights, taxi lights as well too. Wing and logo. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU. Miami traffic. This is Lufthansa 1979 making a initial turn from turn direct for runway, turning from Hendon direct for runway 27. Okay, we dropped our rudder flaps down to 5%. Decrease speed.
Miami traffic, Lufthansa Cargo 955, runway 8 right located.
Okay, let's go ahead and set our speeds here for the arrival.
Delta 955, taxiing to Cairo via Alpha Kilo Sierra. Delta 955.
Okay, we got flaps fully extended. We will have them fully extended at 30 degrees. We'll be dropping our speed down to 145 knots for arrival. Let's go ahead and set our localizer, and so we can establish the ILS. Let's also set up our go-around miss as well too. Let's see, if we miss, we got to climb up to see 600, then climb right, turn 3,000 feet, direct DHP. So we're going to set our we're going to leave it at altitude at 3,000. Yep, we'll set our we'll keep it at 3,000 in case we have a misapproach for 979. Okay, we established localizer. Let's go ahead and set approach for our glide slope, and we should turn right in for arrival for Miami. Miami traffic, this is Lufthansa 1979 Heavy. Established localizer for runway 27. Currently established a glide slope as well, 99. Okay, let's go ahead and set our brakes to we'll put our brakes on max auto for our brakes, and also for our arm our speed brakes as well too, armed. Let's bring our speed down. Bring our speed down to, let's see, what do we have here? We're 145. Let's bring our speed down to 145. Okay. And let's bring down our gear.
Miami traffic, Lufthansa 955, crossing runway 12. After the departure traffic.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and disengage autopilot. We're gonna take it in manually. Okay, I got full controls.
$1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay. We got a successful touchdown there. Put up our brakes, and we'll exit the runway to the right. Heavy traffic, this is Lufthansa 1979. Land runway 27, exiting via Tango 5, taxi on Tango 97.
Opalaka traffic, jet speed 972, 5 miles from Jolin, ILS 27 right, Opalaka.
Alright, that was a good landing. We're going to go ahead and continue taxiing here on Tango. We're going to cross runway 30 to the gate, 199. Alright, turn off our landing lights, turn off our runway lights, keep our taxi lights on, turn off our strobe. Alright, good thing to look at here. You see two lines in front of us as far as for this taxiway. There actually only should be one line. That goes to tell you if you look at your custom scenery, you may have two sceneries sitting on top of one another there in your file. So that's something that's going to take some cleaning up. I'm going to have to go to my custom files and see what two. I might have two different type of custom scenery layouts for Miami. Need to remove one of them, and that'll totally remove this second layer here on top of the other scenery. So that's a good indicator there that you do some cleanup on your sceneries.
Opalaka traffic, jet speed 972, 3 mile final 27 right, Opalaka.
It's a little difficult to see this guy sometimes. Whatever works, works. Okay, is this gonna be shut down? All right. Okay, brakes on. So APU on already. Let's go ahead and shut off our beacon. Shut off the fuel for the engines. Remove the seatbelts. Okay. Okay. All right. This has been it's been a good landing here into Miami. So showing some things down here. Let's set the good GPU going there. Let's open up doors here. Open up some cargo. A few cargo doors. Place our chocks. Let's connect to our external. And let's shut down the APUs. APU gen shut off. APU off. Let's start shutting her down. Okay. Okay, it's no particular order. Okay, and let's go ahead and shut off all the auxiliary. Okay. All right. That'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's or spark on standby. A beacon. And that'll do it. That is had a good landing into Miami. All right, folks. Well, listen. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Definitely like and subscribe. There'll be many more episodes to come. Episodes I'll cover down on different flights, different paths. Hopefully, we can jump on some events as well too, or multiple pilots that are involved. Give you more intuitive engagement with other pilots, other flights, other airports. But again, subscribe, like, and thanks for joining.